A Journey Beyond 1,000 Hills, The Triumph of Faith. My Life a True Story, by Reuben White. I stood at the foot of a colossal mountain, its towering peaks obscured by thick clouds, as if the heavens themselves were shielding their mysteries. It was a formidable sight, a daunting challenge that seemed insurmountable to my weary soul. My journey had led me here, to this moment of reckoning, where my spirit would be tested, and my faith pushed to its limits. This was a journey beyond 1,000 hills, a journey into the depths of my own soul. As I gazed at the mountain before me, I couldn't help but think of the metaphorical mountains we all face in life. Those seemingly insurmountable obstacles that loom large and cast shadows on our dreams. Yet, just as the sun rises each morning to dispel the darkness, I knew that faith had the power to illuminate even the darkest corners of my heart. My journey had begun with a simple belief, the belief that I could overcome any obstacle, no matter how daunting, with unwavering faith. It was a belief that had been instilled in me from a young age, passed down through generations like a precious heirloom. My ancestors had faced their own mountains, their own trials and tribulations, and had emerged stronger because of their faith. But standing at the base of this mountain, I couldn't help but feel a sense of doubt creeping in. The path ahead was treacherous, filled with jagged rocks and steep inclines. It would be so easy to turn back, to retreat to the safety of the familiar valleys below. But deep within my heart, I knew that retreat was not an option. I had a purpose, a calling that beckoned me to press forward. I took a deep breath, feeling the cool mountain air fill my lungs, and I began to ascend. Each step was a struggle, each rock a reminder of the challenges I faced. But with each step, my faith grew stronger. It was as if the very act of moving forward fueled my belief that I could conquer this mountain. As I climbed higher, the clouds that had shrouded the peak began to part, allowing beams of sunlight to pierce through. It was a metaphor for the way faith illuminates our path, even in the darkest of times. Faith is the light that guides us through the storms of life, showing us the way when all seems lost. But faith is not just a passive force, it is a source of strength in times of sorrow. There were moments when I stumbled and fell, when the weight of the mountain threatened to crush me. It was in those moments that I turned to my faith, drawing on its power to lift me up. It was a reminder that our faith can be bigger than our fears, that it can carry us through even the most trying of times. Yes, we can always go backward, but when we have faith, we have a purpose. And when we have purpose, we are inspired to keep moving forward. My journey was a testament to this truth, a living example of the power of faith to drive us onward. Another valuable lesson I learned about faith is its ability to challenge us to do our very best, even in the face of adversity. There were times when the path became so narrow that I had to rely on my ingenuity to find a way forward. I had to dig deep within myself, tapping into the well of creativity that faith had unlocked. It reminded me of the spiritual warfare that rages within us all. The battles we fight against doubt, fear, and despair. The Bible tells us in Hebrews 11 verse 6, "Without faith, it is impossible to please God, for whoever will draw near to God must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who diligently seek Him." This verse echoed in my mind as I faced the trials of my journey. I knew that with faith, I could please not only God but also myself by overcoming the obstacles before me. Each day on that mountain was a struggle, a battle of wills between my determination and the formidable challenges that lay in wait. But I pressed on, for I knew that faith was my greatest ally. It was the belief that I could do all things through Christ who strengthened me, a truth that sustained me through the darkest of moments. There is a quote that says, "Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be." As I continued my ascent, these words resonated in my heart. I had accepted the challenges before me, let go of the doubts that had held me back, and now, I had faith in what lay ahead. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I reached the summit of the mountain. The view that greeted me was breathtaking, a panorama of endless beauty that stretched out before me. I had conquered the mountain, and in doing so, I had conquered myself. It was a moment of triumph, a victory of faith over doubt, of purpose over uncertainty. The moral of my journey is simple yet profound: we can always go forward, but only if we press toward the mark of the high calling of God. Our faith will always help us find our way. It will give us strength in times of sorrow, allowing the light in our hearts to shine. Our faith will be bigger than our fears, inspiring us to keep moving forward even when it seems impossible. So, when you face your own mountains in life, remember the power of faith. Remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And remember that with faith, you can not only accept what is and let go of what was, but also have unwavering faith in what will be. As I stood on that mountaintop, I knew that my journey was far from over. There would be more mountains to climb, more challenges to face. But armed with faith, I knew that I could conquer them all. For faith is the beacon that guides us through the darkest nights and the fire that burns within us, driving us to reach new heights. It is the key to a life filled with purpose, inspiration, and the unwavering belief that we can always go forward.